Yo guys, what's up? Mark here, your Kackpapa from Twitch, and today with the video that I promised to make for you for the new bleeding build that I reworked. Let me say this. As you can see, I just cleared everything from the cosmetics, and the really important thing is the tower 30 that I cleared with this build. In the video description you see the link to my Twitch channel, and you also see the link to the stream where I create this build and where I tested it and go really easy and fast to the tower floor 30. I just try to make it as quick as possible with the important informations, and you can pause this video on the point where you have a look on. I just changed the language from German to English, and let's jump right into it. There is a little change in the skills that I made, and I create this skill page for the reason that I don't have to change this thing for every other valor plate that I use. So I use I use the same skill page on every other valor plate. So what changes did I do? The 5th point on Soul Shatter and on weak points, I just delayed it because it is not really necessary. We don't get the high boons from that, as we are fighting with the dual blades. The dual blades are pretty trash at that moment, so I just put them out, and we gain 2 new skill points if you got the DLC Fire and Darkness, and we spend the points into the shield attack. The first point, we spend a point in the Sundering Slam, we spend a point in polarity attacks, and the last point that we have to spend in is in the banners. So you can spend it wherever you want. The really important points are in the critical hit chance, the ailments, the all stats, and the other things that push you, like might, spirit, or vitality. So why I just put these points into these attacks? Because with the changes from the update, you have not the chance. You can, with these attacks, the ailment stack grow up. So this means if you do this attack, you can put on 1 stack of the ailment that you are using from the element that you are using, like physical for now, to inflict it with 1 stack bleed. So as I said from the beginning, I don't want to change these skills for every valor plate that I want spontaneous to use. So I just put every point in it, and I'm using the skills that I need to get these 1 free stack. So let's jump right fast into the gear. And first of all, have a look on your resistances. It is really important for you. I just said it in every video, and this is a thing that doesn't change. So if you have a look on my attributes, you see that I'm having really heavy vitality. And this is the reason for 1 new augment that I shown you later. So what is really important? The stats. And the secondary stats are more important than the primary stats. You know that, I just said that every time, and it is what it is. As you can see here, the stat priority is critical hit chance, the ailment power, and the damage to the inflicted enemy with the ailment, like bleed or shock or whatever, and then the ailment damage. So these stats are really important. You have to prioritize it in that way I just said. And why is critical hit chance so important? Because the Lion Talisman is the best talisman you can get in this game. There is no other talisman that makes sense to use. Why is it so? Why is that? Because if you do a critical hit, a critical attack, you gain weapon technique charge and weapon technique charge speed. The more often you can use your weapon technique, the more stacks you can put on the mob with the ailment and the more damage you are dealing. So the faster you can get your weapon technique recharged, the often you can use, the more damage you can do. So this is why the critical hit chance is really important. Not for the ailments, because the ailments cannot be crit. It is a really simple number of damage that ticks, but for gaining the weapon technique charge. I'm using the Sword of Courage and I'm using the Sword of Dominance with the primary effect of the Sword of Courage because it is bonus damage that we cannot ignore. No other weapon has such a good stat on it which deals bonus damage that we can earn for free. But you can use every other physical weapon that you are interested in. But the best weapon you can use for this build is the Sword of Courage or the Sword of Dominance with the primary effect of it. And as you can see, critical hit chance and ailment power. Here you can see the ailment power, critical hit chance prioritized. And now we are going to the amulet, the Earth Minder's Crest. Why I'm using this? Because we gain breach damage for free if vitality is our highest attribute. It is, so we can earn this for free. You can use the other one, if the mob is inflicted with an ailment. I think I will show it fast. It is better than just talk about this one. Apply the mark of weakness whenever you inflict an ailment. I don't have a really good one, so that's the reason why I am using this one. As you can see, the secondary stats are pretty insane, so that is why I'm using this. Lion Talisman, also a must-have, and now the Eye of the Dragon is one of the rings you don't want to miss in every kind of build. So it switched the Wise Embrace. And why is this thing the best ring you can earn? Because you get the secondary stats really heavy resistances, which is really important, but it also said that when you are defeat an enemy that is inflicted with an ailment, you gain overhealth, but more important is the second part, weapon techniques inflicted ailments. That means whenever you are using a weapon technique and you hit the mob with this weapon technique, you inflict the mob with an ailment and with one stack. And the more often you do this, the higher stacks are going on the mob and the more damage you are dealing. Next thing is the Sanguine Ring, because of the primary stat ailment power. In this case, also the secondary stats are really insane. Damage to bleeding enemies. As you can remember, this is a really important stat to push up your damage. And the biggest change is the Clock Pennant. This banner is the best banner in this game for now since the update, because you can say that using this banner is like an Archon Fury mode. It deals pretty much the same or give you the same damage boost as Archon Fury, only this banner. Because you are playing with ailments, you cannot play without ailments. anymore to deal really high numbers and defeat the enemies really quick. Yeah, there is a chance, but it is better to use it. And the lifestone doesn't matter what you are put into it. If you don't use your lifestone, you don't earn the secondary effects. So just choose anything what you are want to play with. And now the arguments. Just remember, have a look on the attributes. We are having over 3k vitality, and we take the first argument of the Lightbringer mode, the Rubicon. And this thing says also you gain breach damage whenever you have over 3000 or more vitality. So another thing that we earn for free. Now we have a total of over 150% breach damage, and this is really helpful for these boss of the water realm or these big shield dudes from the air realm. It is pretty insane how much breach damage you are now dealing, and you can instantly kill these mobs. Start at the beginning, the lion's pride. Good secondary because it's a vitality argument. You can go on your defenses, and whenever you defeat an enemy, you gain overhealth. Overhealth is every time a good thing that you can earn, and this is the first high damage booster, Glamour. You are guaranteed. It is guaranteed that you inflict a mob with an ailment, and if you do that, you earn for every ailment 105% bonus damage. And one stack or one ailment is guaranteed, so this is good multiplier. If you have the chance to do with, for example, another ailment sword like fire or void, doesn't matter, using your weapon technique and do another stack, you earn 210% bonus damage on these mob, and this is pretty insane. Have a look on these secondary stats. You can push your defenses, but you also can do, if you have a little bit of luck, your offensive stats. Fortitude, we take in because of secondaries, it's good resistances, and we playing with 30. Why we are playing with the 30? Because you know my playstyle, if I'm using a longsword, I do the northern technique, and right after the northern technique is finished, I'm doing the southern technique, and this goes right onto a weak point, and this is a pretty huge damage boost to do that. Also, the secondary stats, as you can see, ailment duration and physical damage. You can change this thing if you want to do, but it is not a really good position for a red argument instead of right near a blue argument, so there's not many synergies that you can take with. Next one, entropy. We are dealing physical damage, and if we are using our Archon Fury, 3 projectiles come right out of us and deal 70k damage per projectile. It is pretty huge for the Archon Fury mode. And as you can see in the secondary stats, damage to bleeding enemies. It is a really important stat, and it is also an important stat for the other valor plates. For example, like on the fire dude Phoenix, you have to use damage on burn enemies. Rubicon, I just said to the beginning. Paradise, we want to get as fast as possible our weapon technique ready. You can use this. I'm using this because it is pretty good rolled with the secondary stats, but you can also do another thing like the Force of Nature. It gives you directly weapon technique charge if you are defeating an enemy. it is also a good option. Or if you don't have enough critical hit chance, you can use the new one, Iron Heart. And then the last two arguments, the Scourge. It is really useful because we are earning shield charge whenever you defeat an enemy. It is insane because if we are doing the stone hit, our shield attack, it needs shield charge, and the more often we can do, the more stacks we can put on a mob. So it's a really good bonus, and this is a blue argument. And you can see if you get really lucky in the secondaries, you can also earn good damage boosting stats. And the last one, Divine Conduit, you know it, I don't play perfect, and if we earn a hit, why not make something good out of that? As you can see also in the secondary stats, physical damage or fury damage. The best thing were also damage on bleeding enemies. And that's it. I really hope you have fun with that build. I hope you can create it. Let me know if it's good or not. And have a look on the stream where I'm doing the run from 1 to 30. It is really easy, and yeah, I just have no problems to do that again and again and again. If you enjoyed, let me know. Please write in the comments if you have problems or come to my stream if I'm online. And have a great time.